Flosstube. Welcome to my channel, Bobo Jessie Stitches. I'm Jessie, and this is a channel primarily about cross stitching. Whether you're new or returning, welcome in. Grab your cup of tea or beverage of choice, and let's hang out for a few minutes talking about our favorite hobby, cross stitching. I hope everyone is having a good time, everyone's doing well, and that February went off without any kind of drama that you did not want. But February, it's a short month, and so, you know, it is what it is. I usually try to intentionally slow down my Februaries a little bit because January is such a busy month, and so I try to slow down a little bit in February, but that doesn't always happen. But I did take partial days off these few days. So today is Friday, March 3rd. I took today off, and so I get not just to record the video, but to be able to rest and refresh myself. I try to take a day or two off every month just to be able to decompress, but it never happens, right? You're still on your phone checking your So, but let's go ahead and get going. But before I do, I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Ren of Stitchy Ren. If you're not watching their channel, be sure that you do so. But they wear this shirt every so often on their channel, and I was like, I really want that shirt. So I bought it. So thank you, Ren. I went ahead and got it. So we are now t-shirt buddies, or t-shirt twins. All right. So despite the fact that February was a relatively short month, I worked on 8 projects this month, but not a high stitch count. Call it what it is. So I worked on a total of 8 projects. One of those is a new start. Total of 23 days and over the month. So it's 5 days I didn't stitch, and a total of 7,830 stitches for the month of February, which I don't think is too bad. You know, it's low for me. I usually hit around 10,000 in a regular month, but you know, January I had just like 4,000-ish, and so, you know, it is what it is. It's not a competition, right? It's for enjoyment. But from most to least, let's get going. So my focus piece, I've been talking about this for quite a while, but I ended up focusing this month on Cinderella Wishes Upon a Dream. This is a kit by MCG Textiles. It is no longer in print. The artwork is by Thomas Kincaid. This is my oldest WIP. I don't actually know when I started it, but prior to 2019, for sure. And so my goal for this year is to finish the project. It was also my goal last year, but it just didn't happen. But I had a goal in February, which was to finish a page, and I'm very proud to say that I did that. So here is where we are. And since the last time that you saw it, basically I finished stitching in the cottage over here, and I finished the prince and Cinderella, and then just that little curvature right there. So I'm happy to say a full page completed, and now we are working on the final page 4. And I don't really want to put this away in March, but I don't know if I'm going to really stitch on it with the various plans that I have for it. Plan for March, but this is it's coming along. The goal is to have this done by June, and I think we can do that. But yeah, so everything is from the kit. So it's on 18 count AIDA 2/1 with the kit provided floss. And I worked on this a total of 12 days, and I put in 3,026 stitches into it. I think it looks great. You know what's really funny when you work on these full coverage pieces is that when you're up close and personal with them, you're just like, look at all the mistakes. But then when you're looking at it from this distance, you're like, hey, that's not bad. It looks really good. So I guess that is the point of full coverage, right? And no one is like going up and like doing full-on inspections on your pieces. Well, I mean, I guess they could when they're up on the wall. So, but that's Cinderella. Next up was another piece that I worked an awful lot on, which is Lord Theodore Witherbottom, and that is from Forbidden Fiber Co. So that is what he looks like when he will be finished. This is a kit, and it's the first in her steampunk sheep line. A total of 8. I actually did get a next one in the series. I have missed one, so hopefully the pattern will get released and I'll be able to kit it myself going forward. But everything is going to be on the Forbidden Fiber Co. called for. And and here he is. Isn't he just adorable? He's much bigger than you think he's going to be, but he is my travel piece. So, you know, when I'm going someplace, doctor's office, we did go to a football game this month. You know, so I take him with me because it's just big color blocking, and he did fit into quite a few of my stitching challenges. So I also worked on him that way. I worked on him a total of 5 days, and I put in 1,475 stitches. And since the last time you saw him, I added the goggles that he's wearing, and I started the hat that's on top. So that's the major difference. And I have started filling in a little bit of his body in that white when I was traveling. So this is fun. It's super easy, and I'm really enjoying it. I do try to work on it when I'm not traveling to create outlines and things that are not color blocking. But yeah, so 2/1. 2/1 with the called for Forbidden Fiber Co. Floss on Forbidden Fiber Co. fabric. This is 32 count Belfast Linen Frozen, also by Forbidden Fiber Co. All right, there's that. Everything just gets thrown on the floor, right? That's how floss tubes roll. Then next up is Halloween Wreath by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Now, part 4 has been released, so this is what has been released so far. I haven't even started part 4. I'm still working on part 3, but that is what it looks like. This is going well. I usually have everything so easily. All right, here we are. So I continue working on part 3. And so that's where it is. So last time you saw it, I had just started working on part 3, and now I'm almost done with part 3. So really what you saw was I just basically had this little pumpkin completed in a little bit of an outline. So I continue working through part 3. I'm almost done. You can just see it, just have that little bit corner, and then I'll be able to start on part 4. So I'm officially behind. Part 5 is going to get released this upcoming Monday. I doubt I'm going to be able to finish part 4 over the weekend. So, but who knows? I mean, who knows? You just never know. But I ended up stitching on this for 6 days, and I put in 1,252 stitches into it. This is 2/2 on 32 count Lugana, and this is Silver Moon by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. I love it. I mean, how can you be angry at Frosted Pumpkin? Everything is just so cute. But I'm going to try to catch up this month. So one of my goals is to get caught up on the clues, and so that way I can continue to stay on top of it. I try not to worry too much about stitch-alongs and staying caught up with them because, you know, they're stitch-alongs, and again, it's your hobby. You're supposed to be having fun with it and not be stressed out. But I do like to keep up with, especially these year-long ones, I do try to keep up. Okay. All right. Next up is Lunar Princess by Sleeping Luna Designs. It did fit a couple of my prompts in my stitching group, which is, again, Stitching Fandom Central, which the theme this year is Lord of the Rings. But this is the mock-up of what it will look like when it's completed. I am not planning on stitching all of that yellow on the inside. So I will have just the moon and the rose, and then the circle. Can I tell you something, though? Can we laugh for a little bit? Every time I stitch on this, when I look at this ring, and because I'm not going to be stitching all that yellow on the inside, it just makes me think of Stargate. Did anyone else watch Stargate? Like, just the movie. I love the TV show, but, like, it does. It just makes me think of Stargate. So, but here we are. So this is what I've gotten done on it. I worked on this for 2 days and I put in 638 stitches. And basically what I've done since the last time is that I finished Jupiter's symbol and I've started working on that ring. And you can see that ring just kind of being filled in. This is on 32 count Belfast Linen Phantom by Picture This Plus. And now you can see why I don't plan on filling in that all that yellow, because look at that beautiful fabric. I mean, that fabric should be on full on display. The rose was difficult. I'm not gonna lie. If you've been watching me for a while, you know when I worked on this rose, it was really pretty difficult for me to get done. I think it's beautiful when it's now stitched, but getting into the symbols of the scouts, much easier, much faster, and I'm looking forward to stitching on it. I do think that this ultimately could be a good travel piece, except for the fact it's on dark fabric, and you kind of have to have some tricks and things in place to be able to see through the fabric when you're stitching, right? So you need to have some white and some really, really good lighting to be able to do that. I don't have any particular goals. This is a project that was started in 2021. I have a 2023 goal, which is to finish any of the projects I started in 21. This year I had 3 of those in addition. So I have 4 goals of finishing this year in terms of already started projects that I brought into 23. The first one was Cinderella, but then to finish my 3 2019 projects, and Lunar Princess is one of them. So I do have a year-long goal to finish it, but I honestly, my unofficial planning goal for it is to get through a symbol a month, basically to get a symbol a month. And at some point in time, I'm probably going to go ahead and start the moon, whether or not where I am in the symbol, and then just basically do a thread a day on the moon. And that's going to be kind of my goal, but I haven't quite gotten there yet. So, but that is Lunar Princess. Now it gets a little bit less exciting. Not a whole lot of stitches, a couple of days here and there, small amounts of stitches and projects because they fit the prompts of the challenges that I was working on in the month. So next up is Tree of Magic by Barbara Anna Designs. This was a kit from Nitka Moscow. It's exclusive to Nitka. Unfortunately, she is a Russian business, and you do what you do as you feel appropriate for the sanctions regarding the war in Ukraine. And so, but I did work on this for a total of 2 days, and I put in 421 stitches, and this is a everything is from the kit, so it's 28 count unknown even weave and DMC. And basically what you saw since you last saw it was that I've been kind of filling in this part of the tree branch. So there was a little bit that I had kind of missed up here, but then I was filling in the flowers, started filling in the trees here. And so that is effectively a little bit of what I did in here. A total of 2 days, 421 stitches. I love Barbara Anna. It makes me very happy. But speaking on goals, this is also another project that I started in 2021, and I do have a goal to finish this year. My unofficial goal is to try to finish a branch a month, but again, I stitch when I stitch on it, and hopefully I hit those little goalposts as we go throughout the year, but we'll see. Okay. All right, next up is a new start. I don't know if I have a finished picture in here. I don't think I do. I have one that's blurred out when I purchased the kit. So I'll go ahead and insert a picture of what it will look like when it's done. But this is Hello Sunshine by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This is a new start for me. I actually started this on Valentine's Day, supporting my friend Carrie of DNA Geekcraft for she had hosted a sal that week, Beachy Valsal. Oh, I'm so sorry, Carrie, if I got that wrong. In honor of her mother. And so, and you were supposed to stitch on something with, drink, a flamingo, and so I started Hello Sunshine. And I worked on this for a total of, where to go, 2 days, and this is 414 stitches is what I put into it. These trees are deceptive, right? Because they're giant. It's actually a very big piece, but once you get into it, what I like about it, because it's a sampler, you can just kind of pick a motif, and you're like, my goal is to finish this motif, and then you just work on a motif, and then all of a sudden the tree's done. I mean, there are some like big things, like the bee's going to be big. That's not going to take, you can't do that in a day. Well, I guess you could, depending on the day, but it's, but I really enjoy it. Now, for 2023 goals, I actually have a complete the series sale that I am hosting, which is that I have 2 series that I'm working on where I've already done a seasonal piece, and I'm just going to try to finish it. And one of them is the Hello series. I've completed the 3 already. I've completed Hello Pumpkin, Hello Deer, and Hello Petal, and the last that remains is Hello Sunshine. And so my goal is to finish Hello Sunshine this year. And this is the only one that I have a strong goal to finish in the year because it's the last one in the 4. I do have another one for Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, which I don't have a project to show you today because I haven't started those yet. But that's the other one for my complete the series sale. Oh, 28 count even weave 2/2 with all of the called for DMC. And I purchased the kit directly from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. All right. Next up is Lady Justice by Mirabilia, Nora Corbin by Mirabilia, and my Justice piece that I like to always have going at any given time. And I stitched on this for a total of 3 days, and I put in only 404 stitches, not 44. And here it is. And basically what I did on this one is I've just been completing the sash down here. I'm doing this 2/2 on 32 count Lugana Coat of Doves by Atomic Ranch Fabrics. I did purchase this from Hanging Threads, but I think that Atomic Ranch is now available at Pam Stitching in the Land's Good Enough in her store, which is Stitch New England. And so I have really enjoyed stitching on this fabric. It's it's Lugana, but it's a beautiful fabric. And but yeah, so that's where we are. I don't have any particular goals for Lady Justice other than to continue working on it. But yeah. Moving right along. Only one more project to show you. I know it's a lot, right? But it's also not a lot. And so next up is this is the picture, is Shimanchu Rabbit. And this is by my friend Laura of Tassir Stitches, and so cute. And I only worked on this for 1 day to meet a particular goal on my stitching challenge group, and this is what I have done. And stitching this with all the called for DMC, 2/2 on 32 count Lugana Golden Hour. Oh no, I'm sorry, Hidden Treasure by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. And also so much fun to work on. Again, just 1 day, 200 stitches, and I just filled in that ear right there is what I got done on it. That's it. That's everything I worked on. So I think a solid good month, and really happy with all of my stitching, and can't complain about anything. So all right, let's talk about things I got. Not a whole lot this month. I've been trying to temper my purchasing because I have a lot. But I did get 2 of my Fabric of the Month club, so I do get the neutrals from Color and Cotton, Those come every other month. And so I did get February's, and this is called Love Letter, a beautiful, nice neutral. I do get the 32 count Lugana. My goal is to eventually move over to starting to get linen for these Fabric of the Month clubs, but they're usually still sold out. So, but that is my first Fabric of the Month club. And then, of course, the very delicious Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. This is Alice's Garden. Again, I also get the 32 count Lugana. I mean, look at that. Ugh. Yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Can't go wrong with that. And then, as I alluded to at the very beginning of the video, I did receive the next in the series of the Steampunk Sheep series by Forbidden Fiber Co. So the full kit, you do get a little bag with it. And so this is Simone Leggett. And there she is. Look at that. Look at that black sheep. Oh, goodness. And of course, it's all going to be the Forbidden Fiber Co. fabric. And so this is a linen and, oh, sorry for the crinkles. So this is going to be the fabric for that project. And it's called Bells on Bobtails. And that's the floss drops. So, very excited. No idea when I'm going to get started on this. Not high on my priority list. As you see, I still have the first. I'm still working on Lord Theo, who's the first in the series, and Simone is like number 7. So, we'll see when I get to her. But I'm just going to continue in my 2-stitch pile, and that is A-okay. It's not a competition, right? Not a race. All right. That's all I have in terms of stitching content for today. And if you're here just for that, then I guess bye. But I hope you're going to stay for the rest of it. Now, for those of you who have stayed, thank you for staying. I am cleaning my office in these couple of days. And trying to get the space organized. You can see my beautiful stack of folded fabrics there. So I'm just kind of slowly but surely working on different things. But as I was going through and moving things around, I found this. Y'all, this is my very, very first quilt top. So I took a class on an introduction to quilting. And this is it. Look at the insanity of the colors. It's so bright. And basically what I did was that we were told to go get certain fabrics. And I just found a fabric line. I just bought all the fabric in that line. And that's what I did. I will say that this was at least 15, 18 years ago that I did this class. And my color choices have improved. But yeah, but look at that. I didn't even finish quilting it. I just did the class learning how to piece it. I don't know if I will quilt it because I'm not going to display it. This is not my aesthetic now. So, but I thought y'all might get a little kick out of my very first quilting. And it's really kind of funny to see like all the mistakes that are there, like, you know, but like not learning how to, you know, when you start trimming and things. And so, but this is a really kind of nice little thing to kind of say, if you're interested in something, just start. I did take a class in my local quilt shop, and that's how I learned to quilt. And, you know, and she was a fantastic teacher. And, you know, so if you are interested in quilting, just start. You'll improve. I mean, it's kind of funny if I pull out one of my quilts now, it's just so much better in terms of my skills. And I don't even quilt that much. I make probably one quilt top a year. I finish one quilt top a year. So it's, but yeah, I thought you would enjoy that. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me if you stayed to the end. And, you know, I don't really have that much to say in terms of, you know, I don't have a lot of big plans for March. It's March Stitchy Madness in the fandom group, and I am doing a floss battle, so I'll be focusing on Sailor Moon Squad, actually, working on a a floss color a day with a goal to put in 3,000 stitches into Sailor Moon Squad in March. But otherwise, whatever pops up in my interest. Again, Shimachu Rabbit, try to get that finished. And then whatever just makes whatever I feel like stitching. All right. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a stitching good time. I do have a Flosstube extra coming up in a couple of weeks that I hope you'll enjoy. Until then, see you next time.